And I just realized I hadn't done this yesterday. I'd done the reading and everything, and I forgot to actually just record. So here's my recording for yesterday, and then I'll do one for today as well. But it's October 13th through the 19th. His sacrifice shall be more sacred unto me than his increase, which I think is appropriate for these verses. Doctrine and Covenants 15 through 20. There was a reason for the saints to be optimistic about their newest gathering place, Far West, Missouri. The place was growing rapidly, and the land seemed abundant, and nearby was Adamantium, a place of great spiritual significance. In the place and in the future, Doctrine and Covenants 107 and 116, still must have been hard for the saints not to think what they had lost. Besides being driven from Independence, the center place of Zion, the saints had to flee Kirtland, leaving their beloved temple after only 2 years. And this time it wasn't enemies from outside the church causing trouble. Many prominent members had turned against Joseph Smith, including 4 members of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. Instead of focusing on what they lost, the faithful just kept believing Zion, this time in Far West, kept building Zion, this time in Far West. They made plans for a new temple. 4 new apostles were called. They understood that doing God's work doesn't mean you never fall. It means you rise again. And though you'll have to make sacrifices, those sacrifices are sacred to God, even more sacred than your increase. Doctrine and Covenants 17, verse 13. I think that's one thing that I think is important, that sometimes we don't get increase as much as we get. I'm just going to read that out. Therefore, let him contend earnestly for the redemption of the first presidency of my church, saith the Lord. And when he falls, he shall rise again, for his sacrifice shall be more sacred unto me than the increase, saith the Lord. I think sometimes we think if we don't feel like we're increasing tremendously, then we're not getting ahead in life or something like that. But sometimes it is the sacrifice. And also, seeing saints here, I'm still reading through all that, but I'm finding that as we read the saints, if you haven't read it, even if you just put it on, sometimes I've listened to it several times, but I listen to it sometimes as an audiobook. That helps, or reading it out. It gives you so much background and what other people were feeling at the time, not just what was put in the Doctrine and Covenants itself, but what people around were feeling. So much has happened during this. The expulsion from Kirtland, and all these things happening. It seems to happen so fast, but really there are things that are being put in place each year in there. And as you read the saints, it kind of helps put that in perspective, including the fact that missionaries went to England where they're having difficulties in Kirtland, and just how hard that would have been to be able to leave at that time, especially when they were the ones that were there to defend the prophet. So, I think we should look closely to what we do, and that we rise again, even if we fall short in ways, and we keep going on. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow or later today as I do my other one. I'm really sorry this is a day late.